All right, yeah, just bring it in. Bring it in. All right. Hi. How you doing? This is Jackson Coster. I'm here with Kaj. We're checking out the life cycle of the Tesla car today. Things you got to know about the Tesla is a car. It's a 100% electric car. Now, when you're looking at a product and it's something like a car, you've got a couple main components, and these are the components that use the most natural resources. So, the car is composed of a chassis, the bottom part that attaches the wheels and everything like that, and then the body. So what I mean by that, I mean this. So we got this, and then you got your car on top of that. So what does it take to make these two main components? Basically, what we got going on is a lot of natural earth metals. Now, what are these, you might ask? They are nickel, cobalt, aluminum, lithium, all that kind of stuff. So, when you got something like the chassis, and this is unique to this specific car, which is, again, an entirely all-electric car. Now, what that means is it has to rely on purely electricity. And where is electricity stored? That's right here in the battery compartment. And now that battery is 80% nickel, 15% cobalt, and then the rest we have small percentages of aluminum and lithium, about 2% each. Now, these metals are where are they found? They're found in Africa and Australia, two continents that are highly abundant and rich in these natural ores. Now, the way these are extracted is through a process of mining. And this isn't your traditional kind of pickaxe mining. No, what we're starting with is a large plot of land that has been scouted to have been known to be full of certain rich metals. Now, what the next step is, you take any type of industrial construction equipment. I'm talking about anything made by Cat. So big bulldozers and cranes. Once the earth has been cleared, they start digging, extracting. We're using explosives, dynamite, CMT, anything that can get these things extracted by displacing the natural land. So once this is done, you have all this earth that's been shaken up, and from that, we start to pick out these pieces, these now kind of degrubbed elements, then are then taken to a processed factory where they go down the line, they're power washed, they're polished down, and they are ran through a very extensive process. One maybe perhaps like we see with some of the recycling facilities of today, they're very specific. They hit upon every point. There's many filters to it. So from that is that is how we get these processed parts. So this is called a metallurgy. So once that's processed, they're then taken to a factory. In Tesla's case, a domestic factory in the U.S., where they're then turned into parts. And these parts, like I said, the main components of the car, the chassis, the body, things that the structures entirely consist of these metals. So that's that. Now, the manufacturing, and what I mean by that is the factory portion, where the work occurs to create this car, is all done in-house, meaning all in one. We're not all over the map here. We're doing it efficiently, we're doing it sustainably in a factory in Fremont, California. The vast majority of the vehicle's components are made, all of them entirely. And as Tesla continues to expand its product line, in the future, at least by 2018, there plans to be a rate of 500,000 vehicles a year. So what needs to be remembered here is that the robots manufacture. And what that means is inside this factory, when I have a big roll of raw aluminum, raw meaning, yes, it's processed, but it hasn't been molded into something that's practical yet. This is where the robots take care of it. These cranes stamp it out into something like the hood of the car, things like that. Now, as far as the assembly goes, we are using the average person. You know, they've got their hard hat on, they're going to work, they're using their hands, they're taking that part that I just discussed, like the hood of the car, they're taking that and they are assembling it, and they're putting it together. These are our puzzle builders. These are the thousands of jobs that are being offered to America. These are American jobs. Now, as far as packaging goes, once we have this finished product, I don't want you to think of any external materials that are being added. It's really, the car is, boom, it's gone through the factory line, it's been manufactured, it's been put together, now it's straight onto the truck for delivery. Now that's what's unique about Tesla, one of the first car manufacturing companies to come along in the last 80 years that has made it financially, because there is no middleman. We're not talking dealerships, we're talking, I'm going onto my laptop, Tesla.com, I'm placing an order, we got a month of wait time about, Tesla shows up at my doorstep from the carrying truck. That's how it works. As far as international orders, freight ships, you know, you have the car ferry and the port of San Francisco and Oakland. Those go out. Those are huge car ferries that work with that. As far as getting access to the product, like I said, the Tesla site, there's no middleman. There's no kind of dealership type of deal. So you can buy it, you know, they sell used cars, that sort of thing. And this applies to brand new Teslas. You know, I'm sure as far as used, there's third-party things like Craigslist, this and that sort of thing. As far as the product is used, like I said, it's a car. It's a unique product. It's something that is used nearly 24/7 in our lives. You know, Americans, our per car capita is like 4 cars a family. It's crazy compared to any other developed country. You know, we're a very free nation. That's probably why. So typically people, with the Tesla car, it's like I said, it's electric. It's got about a 300-mile radius. They plug it in the garage. They keep their cars for a long time. These are comparable to like Apple products. There's high quality. You know, there's metal. It's made to last a long time. So we're talking well over 10-plus years. So that's, like I said, in American society, we pay a lot for our cars because they're very important in our society. As far as the end of life of the product and what that entails, like recycling it, does it go to a landfill? What does that end of life look like? Basically, a large majority, I'm talking 95% of these cars are recycled in America. And yeah, no doubt about it, this is harmful to the environment because of these hazardous materials we've been talking about, you know, these metals. You know, there are toxins in these. So that's certainly an issue. You know, it may be sustainable for a few years. It's electric. It's not perfect. Okay, there's no silver bullet yet to the car industry. As far as suggestions and solutions, it just goes. It's a culture shift. It's what we want as people in our cars. Do we want that flashy silver metallic car, or can we say, I'll take that Corolla, that plastic, and this is something Tesla can take into mind, is using these less expensive raw materials in manufacturing these cars. Because, like I said, where are we getting this stuff? Africa, Australia. As Americans, we can't guarantee how these workers are treated, what hours they're working, their pay, that type of thing. It's out of sight, out of mind, which obviously is not sustainable, and that's just not okay. Is that everything?